Fortune viewers, I'm Owen Fincher and I am the Western Fortune Champion, and I am going to be giving you my thoughts on Wrestlemania 23 Money in the Bank ladder match. The participants we had here were it was Edge versus CM Punk versus Ken Booker versus Jeff Hardy versus Mr. Kennedy versus Matt Hardy versus Finlay versus Randy Orton. Probably one of the best Money in the Bank ladder matches I've ever seen out of the three that I've done so far. This one was actually really good. We had, from beginning to end. We had Finlay flying off the top rope onto everybody but Edge. We had, CM Punk, Ken Booker go to grab a ladder, but instead he grabs a step ladder. So CM Punk starts hitting everybody with it, and Edge really nailed him, and he got him pretty good, and he ended up leading. We had, let me think. We actually had somebody else. We had Edge set up a ladder out there, and Edge go to suplex CM Punk on him, but CM Punk's got a snap suplex. You also have this moment where the Hardys do to go like this face plant thing, like when they did the ladders to Joe with Mercury. Had like a ladder on another ladder, and Jeff Hardy was gonna do a leg drop, and it was gonna nail Edge in the face, and blood was supposed to go all over the place. Instead, Finlay intervened and interfered and pushed Jeff Hardy off, and he landed really bad on the ladder. Then Matt Hardy got suplex on that ladder, and it was just awful. Mr. Kennedy went for the Kenton bomb on to Jeff Hardy on the ladder, but his back of the head hits the ladder, and then Jeff Hardy does the Swanton bomb. We had a spinning Rooney. Ken Booker did a spinning Rooney. Everyone went wild for that. We had Edge spear. We had CM Punk have a ladder on his head, and he twirled around and hit people with it, and Edge speared him, and he took out Randy Orton and I believe Ken Booker. No, Randy Orton, Mr. Kennedy, I believe. This moment, I think I'll remember forever. It was Jeff Hardy was about to go win it, but Matt Hardy wanted Edge to jump on Jeff, and he goes, oh, and then he does a leg drop, and he completely takes out Edge and himself. Randy Orton went on an RKO frenzy. We had Randy Orton RKO CM Punk off a ladder. Booker T give the bookend off to Randy Orton off the ladder. Finlay give the Celtic Cross. No, Finlay tipped over the ladder when Matt Hardy went to win it, and Matt Hardy really hit the back, really hit hard. That looks like a big spill, and then Finlay does the Celtic Cross to Matt Hardy on the ladder. We had he couldn't climb up the ladder, so Hornswoggle had to go do it. Then Mr. Kennedy climbed up, and Hornswoggle does some right hand, and Mr. Kennedy does the I don't know what he calls it. I'm just gonna call it Rolling Thunder off the ladder. Then Finlay hits Kennedy off the head with the ladder. Then CM Punk does a drop kick to Finlay, and Finlay was going to get the briefcase, and Finlay falls off the ladder. Punk goes to get the briefcase. Mr. Kennedy and Punk are going on the ladder. Punk kicks him off the ladder. Mr. Kennedy grabs another ladder, hits Punk off the face. He falls off. Mr. Kennedy then grabs the briefcase and becomes Mr. Money in the Bank. So it was okay. So it was a good match. Did I like the match? Yep, I certainly did. Was it enjoyable? Yeah. It was very enjoyable. It actually opened the show, so it was a great match to open the show, and it was a great match to really enhance me into it. Fortunate. And then Mr. Kennedy got interviewed saying, "Thank goodness I'm not a nice guy. I am Mr. freaking Kennedy, Mr. Money in the Bank, and he won out all the champions that night. Anyways, it was Batista and John Cena. Fortunately, it was a fail though, because from what I hear, I don't know if this is true. he got injured, and they thought he was gonna be injured longer for like probably a year, like after WrestleMania. So Kennedy had to relinquish it, so they gave it to Edge, and Edge ended up cashing in on the Undertaker, and he became the champion. So, like, there's a kind of a bad taste in your mouth. Like, every time I watch Christian now win the world title, like, it's a bad taste now in my mouth. So that's pretty much it. Now then my next video will be me covering the WrestleMania 24 Money in the Bank ladder match. Peace out.